David Moyes and Kyle Walker. The 2026 FIFA World Cup live on TalkSport and TalkSport 2.
Because maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all,
sing it, you know it. Sing it, Benny. You're my Wonderwall. Morning, everyone. It's 9:19. You're waking up to the breakfast show. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Ben. Bit of Wonderwall there. Remember, of course, the England players singing that along with the fans following the win over Croatia. They definitely weren't singing it after the Ghana game. What a treat we've got for you this morning. The man that makes copious amounts of money every time that's played on the radio. The legend that is Noel Gallagher joins us now. Morning, Noel.
Hi, mate.
How you doing? Do you make cash loads of money every time that's played, or is it just like a yearly income you get?
No, it's an extraordinary amount of money.
Have you made money from us just playing it just now?
About £8.50.
That's not bad, is it, for a morning's work?
It's being played all over the world somewhere right now.
Yeah, that's nice.
Apart from North Korea.
Okay. We won't go down that road. Can I ask, before we go down the football road, I'm curious, right? I was thinking this on the way in this morning. I was looking at my feet. I thought, I've got a nice pair of trainers and I've got a few pairs. Do you have an Achilles heel for any kind of collection of sunglasses or trainers? Have you got copious amounts of them?
I've got a lot of sunglasses, yes, and I've got a lot of shoes. I've got a lot of guitars, and yeah, I don't really collect them, but I can't resist buying them. I've got nothing else to spend it on, to be honest.
How many pairs of trainers do you reckon you've got? Over 100?
No, I usually fill the house up with them and then give them to charity when I'm just thinking, well, I just bought these to look at, and then I kind of give them to charity. But I'd say at the minute, let me have a look. Hang on a minute. I'd say about 50.
Okay. And sunglasses?
Sunglasses in the hundreds.
Oh, wow. That's like Elton John, isn't it?
Anyway, moving on.
Right. I should point out, listen, we all know you know your football. Before the Ghana game, you and I were having a little text, and you said this would be along the lines of the most boring game in the world. There'll be no goals. And I was like, don't be silly. It'd be 2 or 3-0 to England. And you got that bang on. Is that because that's typically England, or you just thought, I know the Ghanaians, they're going to sit back and defend, and it would just be a horrible game to watch?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was typical England, but yeah, the Ghanaians, they're really physical, big guys, do you know what I mean? Where you've seen them kind of walking into the stadium, we're like, it's going to be a long night this for England. If England don't get a goal early, you know, any City fan will tell you this. We see those kind of games 6 or 7 times a season where you're just camped outside their area, and for whatever reason, it will not go in the net. Right, but if you've got a group of players that are with you training every day, and it's like clockwork, you know, some days you get the lucky deflection in the 88th minute, some days you get an early penalty. It's just one of those days. I don't think England played particularly badly. I mean, this is just what England do at World Cups, isn't it? They win the first game, everybody loses their mind, and then the second game is brought down to earth. You know, England are going to go through, and you know they'll probably stroll it to the last 8, and then. But I think the better the opposition for England brings out the best in England. You know, Croatia proved if you come out and have a go at England, you're going to get beat, right? So everybody Panama's not going to be much different. Everybody knows how to frustrate England. Just pat the box and see what they've got, you know, and wait till they score. But I think it was more Ghanaians came with a plan and they executed it. To be honest, England got away with it because, you know, Pickford should have been sent off, and the other one was an absolute penalty. So it's kind of like, you know, they take the draw, they move on, and don't worry about it.
I mean, a lot of people were making quite a lot of noise after the Croatia second half, saying how great the performance was, which it was. But then there was almost seemed to be a lack of creativity now for the Ghana game because of how they defended. Do you feel like we've got enough creativity in the squad?
Well, you've not got a Kevin De Bruyne, right? And you've not got a David. I mean, I'm using examples of City or a David Silva, but they're like generational talents. You know what I mean? So England looked good against Croatia because Croatia came to win, right? England didn't look good again. That was a horrible. I mean, I said to Andy before, this is going to be a horrible, horrible game. It's not because of England; it's because of Ghana. You know, and of course, you know, Ghana shouldn't come and set up 4-4-2 and get their heads kicked in. It's like everyone knew what they were going to do. You just need that little bit of luck, you know. If O'Reilly, you know, if that goes in instead of it in the bar, you know, it's a good win. But everybody loses their mind over England. It's either we're going to win the World Cup or sack the manager. You know, it's just one of those nights.
No,
you get them.
You mentioned him there, right? And about Nico O'Reilly. Now, obviously, the manager made a change because he saw something in Ghana and he thought Spence would have been a better option. But you would have watched Nico week in, week out. Does it faze him, whoever he's playing against, however quick they are, strong they are? Is he just the perfect left back in terms of playing against anyone?
I tell you what is the difference between Nico and Jed Spence. Nico get you a goal. He will get you a ghosting and get you a goal.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen enough of Jed Spence. I'm not Tottenham fan. I haven't seen enough of him, so I don't know. But being biased, he'd be the first name on the City team sheet, never alone the England team sheet. So, and when he came on, he had one of the two best chances. So, I wouldn't be quick to drop Nico. He's whatever he might lack as a fullback, he'll give you going forward the other way.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And he's fearless. He's fearless on the ball. You know, he can dribble like a midfielder. You know, he's a top player.
Let's sort of move it on to City while staying with England. You are edging closer to a deal for Elliot Anderson. And I said before the window opened, if United could buy one player that would be gettable, it would be Elliot Anderson. I'm not too sure about the price tag. I don't know what that's going to be. I know Forest have already rejected a deal worth about £121 million. Your views on him? You're excited by the prospect of him being a City player?
Yeah, I mean, I've never taken much notice of him, to be honest. You know what I mean? He's one of those players that you don't really... he scored against us last season and he was great. But the price tag, silly money for footballers, you know what I mean? Is any footballer worth that amount of money? But looking at him in this World Cup, he looks the real deal to me. He's got a good engine. You know, he's forward thinking. He knows the league. He gets stuck in. You know, he's perfect for that. I mean, we need a midfield. He's a perfect replacement for Bernardo. Do you know what I mean? Who also had a great engine, didn't mind getting stuck in. But I think it'd be a great signing if we get him.
You obviously, no, you've been a City fan. Do you pay much attention to the City players that are in this tournament, even if they're not English?
Yeah, of course. It's one of the reasons why I'm not an England fan, is because when I was growing up, it was all Liverpool and United players. I couldn't get behind that. You know, and then... I love seeing John there. You know, John's my mate, and you know he's coming to the end of his time at City's done now. He's coming up to the end of his career. It's great to see him at a World Cup, and he's playing well. He looks solid as he always does. You know, so yeah, and Erling. I mean, we're all Norway fans when he plays. You know, that guy. I mean, Norway. I mean, they're not going to win the World Cup, right? But they're the team you would not like to play in the last 16. Because if they can keep the ball out of the net, him and Odegaard and Oscar Bob, you know, it's good going forward for that one.
And that's why I asked you. The reason why I said about that is because watching Rodri, he looks like he's getting back to the Rodri that you would have seen for many a year, being the best holding midfield player in the world.
Absolutely. You know, he's not, you know, to get the injury that he had and then to come back into the Premier League, it's difficult. Plus, when City are going through a bit of a tough patch. But look, he's a Ballon d'Or winner for a reason, you know, and you don't just lose it overnight. I'm expecting big things from him next season. If we get him and Elliot Anderson, we'll be all right.
Yeah. No, you're a lot older than I am, so you'd have seen more World Cups.
You'd have seen older than most people.
Yeah. You'd have seen loads of World Cups. I think personally, out of all the ones I've seen, I've never seen a World Cup where so many good players seem to be hitting form at the same time. You mentioned Erling Haaland. You've got, we saw Neymar come on the pitch. That got a lot of people excited. But Vinicius Jr., you've got Mbappe, you've got Kane, you've got Messi, of course. You've got Ronaldo, who scored 2 goals. You must be enjoying this World Cup more than most, right?
Well, because I'm a neutral, right? When they expanded it and it was like the 30s, it's like, oh my God, this is going to be boring. But what it's done is it's given the big guns a chance to play themselves into form. Like they are all at boiling point now. I tell you now, once it gets to the knockout stages, this is going to be insane, this World Cup, because, you know, Messi, we just listed the names there. They are all in top. We're not waiting for anybody to turn up now. Yeah. They're here, you know, and Harry Kane England are playing well. Harry Kane's had a winter break. This is his time now. We can't complain about fatigue from Harry Kane. So the next couple of weeks are going to be astonishing, I think. And then when we get to the semis, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah. You mentioned you're going out for the final. Are you going out before that or just for the final?
I am. I'm going to be in LA for the quarters, so I'm going to get to go to quarter final. We've got me and my two lads are going. We've got a great 2 weeks. We're going to LA for a week where we go to the quarter final, and then we go and see McGregor's come back in Vegas, and then we fly to New York for the final. And then we spend a few days in New York, and then we come back home, where I better be presented with a mug that says the best dad in the world, or at least to went back to live with the mother.
I forgot your kids like the UFC. Are you a fan of it? I mean, McGregor's going to be an amazing night, right?
It's all about the. I mean, who knows what's going to happen in the ring? He's been out of the ring for 5 years now, so you don't really know what's going to happen. Holloway is a great fighter, but he's moving up weight, so you don't really know what's going to happen. But it's all about the walkout. It's all about seeing him again, because I wouldn't be watching it if it wasn't for him. His run to the title in 2016 or whenever it was, and all the Mayweather stuff was just unbelievable, and he's transcended the sport. And I can't wait. It's going to be a great trip, great summer.
He's not asked you to walk out with him?
No, I've never actually met him, and I'd probably get nervous around meeting because he's a bit of an head case, you know what I mean? So, but it's just going to be great to be there and be in Vegas for one of the big nights. You know, they're always great nights, the boxing nights and the UFC nights in Vegas.
That'd be amazing. Before I let you go, just a quick one on Wonderwall. We played it as you came onto our show. It's obviously being played by England. If England go on and win the World Cup, and that's played after, that's going to be one of the coolest moments. You've had many of them, but that's got to be up there with it, right?
Well, do you know what? I thought it was a great moment. I couldn't actually believe what I was seeing. And yeah, you know, like I said to the people from the Sun, it's like, you know, that song belongs to the people, and it was a great moment. It's great to see I'm staggered that Jude Bellingham knows the lyrics, but then it's one of those songs. But yeah, if England get to the final, and I mean, my two lads are going to, right, they're England fans, right, my two lads, and you know, they'll be there, and I was like, it'd be just your luck, you jammy little sods. You know, City winning 4 in a row, all at Champions League, and you'd see England win the World Cup final in New York while they're singing your dad's song. You know, like their life isn't good enough already. Do you know what I mean? But I mean, look, England. It all depends on how to navigate the draw. But I wouldn't rule England out. But France look dynamite to me, and Spain. You know, Spain are just sublime. And
I think Mexico, you know, is going to be tough for England.
I'm telling you now, I've been to that stadium. When it's full, it is insane. And if England play, that would be a great. That would be a great game to go to. England versus Mexico in Mexico City in the Azteca, unbelievable. But the big games are coming. I'm telling you, I've enjoyed this World Cup already. You know, I've enjoyed Cape Verde and all the crazy teams that you know, not quite sure where they are. But it's about to explode next week. It's going to be amazing.
Thanks for coming. How are you dealing with the weather? You got your speedos on today,
mate? I'm fully air conditioned.
Is it not affecting you at all?
I've got a queue outside my house.
Can you believe that Benty, as an ex-footballer, doesn't have aircon?
Well, he played for Spurs, didn't he? So.
Yeah, but they paid him handsomely.
I don't think so.
Maybe not.
He wouldn't be working it. He wouldn't be at TalkSport if they paid him handsomely.
You're right. He hasn't just come off a world tour. You're right. No, what an honour. Thank you so much, my friend. Thanks, pal.
All right. Bye. See you later.
There you go.
Bye-bye.
Rock and roll superstar Noel Gallagher. In his